My next guest comes and shows up very well when it comes to these interviews. Look at this production quality we got here. Of course, I'm joined by Randy Brown. He's going to be taking on Khaos Williams next Saturday, UFC 274. Randy, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. It's going good. You know, I can't complain.
It's interesting that, you know, every time I talk to you, you level up on the production side of things. And even with your fights, you're leveling up, man. You're fighting Khaos Williams. Let me just right off the bat start with the excitement level when you found out you'd be fighting him, because that's got Fight of the Night written all over it.
I love it, man. You know me. These are the fights that I get up for. These are the guys that are going to push me to be the best that I could be. You know what I mean? So I love the energy. I love people who are coming at me, trying to take my head off when you come like that. I know what I got to do. It makes for a fun fight with my style.
Were you expecting him as an opponent? I don't know if you kind of look at the roster, the rankings, whatever. Was this someone you thought could potentially be your next opponent?
Absolutely. All of them, man. I look at all of them. And he was definitely a guy that was on my radar. And, you know, I wasn't shocked when they came with the name. You know what I mean? Because I'm always watching the fights. I know who's next up and who's moving where. So, I figured me and him would cross at some point.
Was this sort of ideal timing to have your next fight, or were you hoping to fight a little bit sooner?
It's perfect because the toe had to heal. I had to heal up.
That's right.
So now that I'm all healed up, I'm ready to go.
And looked like you got a full camp for this one too.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Is it one of those things too, where like you probably know way before we do, or did the media find out and kind of leak it? Like, take me through sort of the process of booking this fight.
We already knew. The UFC came to me and they asked me if this is a good date for me, if it works. And I said, yeah, I said it worked. It worked perfectly with the timing of me healing and being able to get back in camp and you know, push and run and jump and all that shit. So, yeah, they came to me. I accepted. The media found out way later.
There you go. Kept it tight nip. I like that. As far as, you know, him as an opponent, I think it's pretty obvious what's going to happen in this fight. You guys are going to want to stand and trade. How do you look at this fight from a style perspective? Maybe, am I missing anything here?
Nah, man, it's what you see is what you get, you know? Honestly, I think I'm a more well-rounded fighter, but he's an aggressive banger. And sometimes I can't help myself, you know, when I'm having fun in there. You know, my style is stick and move, touch and go. And, he's the brawler, peeling off six-piece combinations, running, darting at you, stuff like that. So stylistically, it should be fun, you know. And what you see is what you get. Expect exactly what you're expecting.
Okay, I like it. Last time, I think I can't remember, was last interview before. I know you went out to train a bit at King's MMA. What does camp look like going into this fight? Any cross training?
No cross training. We thought as if this particular opponent, we had everyone here that we needed to prepare for him. The styles, you know, the guys, we visited some boxing gyms, you know what I mean? We need explosive punches, strong guys, explosive guys. So I felt like I've seen that before, and we have a lot of that in my camp. So we kind of kept it tight-knit. The most I did, you know, as far as outside, is I went to Renzo Gracie Philly probably, and kind of just got some work with the boys over there.
Cool. Who did you get to work with over there?
You know, same cast of crew. Jeremiah Wells, Brady. Shout out to our homie Manny Morales. Just a bunch of tough dudes, man. All them dudes are killers over there.
Yeah, and I know Sean just had surgery, so he's probably all full, ready to go. Because he had like a nose issue or something. He was telling me, so that's cool. You got to train with him. And then what about back home? Who did you mainly work with this camp?
Same. I'm back home. You know, Sensei Nardu, Keith Trimble. Me and Gregor Gillespie did a lot. My boy Mike. You know, just the regular team. You know, we just really just kept it tight knit and did a bunch of shit together.
Was Andre there? Because I know he's been doing some time at Sanford as well. Did you get to train with Andre Harrison?
No, I didn't get to train with Andre at all for this one. But Andre's around back and forth always, you know.
For sure. Well, it's nicer weather over there, right? So you got to, and the gym's pretty good too. You mentioned Gregor Gillespie there. It seems like he's having a really difficult time getting a fight. I know he's in there putting the work in, but how's he looking, and anything on the horizon? Because I think a lot of people want to see him back in action.
Gregor's Gregor, man. Gregor is always Gregor. You know, Gregor's a savage as always. You know what I mean? A phenomenal wrestler, a phenomenal athlete. He's grinding. He's grinding still. You know, the thing is, just a matter of booking him a fight. Someone that's willing to fight him. That's you know, I think there's a lot of politics in when you get to a certain point in the division. You know, where it's like no one wants to fight behind them. Everybody wants to fight ahead. So he's a tough fight. He's a tough fight, so it's not easy matching him up.
Has he ever taken you fishing?
No.
Do you want to go fishing though? That's the big question.
I don't know. I've never fished before, so I don't know. It's not really something that's on the top of my priorities, but hey, I would one day. Why not?
If they do, they got to film that. I think that would be awesome. As far as your corner, who will be in the cage with you that night? Who's going to be in the cage?
Same squad. Same squad as usual. You know, we changed nothing. Same guys.
Makes sense. And I don't think this is going to the judges' scorecards. How's this one playing out?
How it plays out is I get it done. I believe personally that I can get it done anywhere, whether it be on the feet or on the ground. I get it done. You know, it's a fun fight, but I know I get it done.
We had a pretty big fight recently with two guys that you're familiar with, both of them, Bilal Muhammad, Vicente Luque. What did you think of Bilal's win over Vicente? And I'll add sort of a second part to that. Were you expecting that result?
I was expecting that result if Bilal was able to maintain and not get clipped early. I was. They both look phenomenal. Both of them leveled up tremendously, and they both look great. I thought they both looked like, especially Bilal. Bilal seemed to have turned a corner, and just developed and built more upon what he was already good at. You know, so that was cool to see.
Like, what are the implications of a win from your vantage point if you go out there and let's say you finish him?
A finish over him, I believe it may push me. One of us is going to break into the rankings, I believe.
Yeah.
A winner here should break into the rankings. If not, the next fight after. But that's pretty much it. I think one of us breaks into the rankings. We'll see.
Okay. I mentioned past fights that we had in your division. Big one was obviously the Hamza Chimaev and Gilbert Burns fight. What did you make of that? Some people felt like it was really close. What did you think about that matchup and Hamzat's performance in that one, getting the win?
I thought it was a phenomenal fight, man. I really enjoyed that one. I really did. I think it answered a lot of questions for both men. It answers a lot of questions for the UFC. It answered a lot of questions for the fans, and it also answered a lot of questions for future opponents in the division. Everyone else in the division is like, okay, the thing is, we just didn't know. We knew Khamzat was good, but we didn't know where he fell on the spectrum of being good. So Gilbert Burns did a good job to go out there, and I think that his stock also rose. You know, it didn't take anything. It didn't take any kind of hit at all, given the type of performance that he put on. So I thought it was really good. Really good, and I think that now we get to see Khamzat, and we know that he's a real deal. You know, we already knew he was the real deal, but now we know for sure, you know, where he stands, and now all the other hungry wolves of the division and the younger guys are looking to try to move forward and potentially get matchups in the future.
What did you make of this whole thing with Masvidal and Colby, with Masvidal attacking him? What was your take on that?
Wow. You know, words have consequences. You know, words have consequences, and you gotta be careful of the things you say. You know, because it could come back and impact you, whether it's negatively or positively, or whether it's in a setting that people like or people don't like, whether it's right or wrong. People got to know that things can happen. So watch what you say. Okay.
And you mentioned, I remember you told me this a little while ago. You have like an Airbnb thing you run in Jamaica, right? How's all that going? Because I know you're doing like a bit of real estate, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're opening up our third one now. You know,
congrats! That's awesome.
One. Yeah, man. So we're grinding. You know what I mean?
Is Ally Quinta getting a little nervous there? It seems like you're taking over the real estate.
Two different fields. Shout out to Al, that's my guy, but it's two different complete fields.
Yeah, no, I know. He's like housing real estate. You're just Airbnb, right?
Yeah, I just buy them for myself, and then we just rent them out, temporary rentals. You know, we attach a car to it, so you get a car. We got a chef, whatever you need, you get your whole.
What?
They'll take
Really?
You. So if you ever want to go to Jamaica,
I was gonna say I might have to hit you up after this and see if we can figure it out.
Go on excursions, everything, you know.
Yeah, good for you though, man. Like, you know, I think this goes for any career you're in. If you can have like a little side hustle or something on the side that's gonna make you what is it, passive income or whatever they call it, I think that's amazing. Where did you learn how to do that, or was that just something that you kind of figured out on your own?
My brother Roderick, he's into that, and I kind of just copied his blueprint. You know what I mean? And I just had a ton of success with it. You know, there's so much other things that I want to do. Me being a fighter, you know, I love being a fighter. I love what I do. This takes priority over everything. But there's so many other things that I want to do. And, you know, we don't make a ton of money initially. So I want to do things that are not going to take away my attention from combat sports, but I know that on the side I can make a decent amount of money. You know what I mean? So pretty much what I'm trying to do, build up something on the outside. That way I can continue to make money while I'm not fighting. And while I fight, I can still chase a bag.
Still making time for interviews, Randy. Always appreciate the time, man. It's UFC 274, May 7th. You don't want to miss it. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug? I'll give you the last word.
I just shout out my team. Shout out to Budokan Martial Arts, Belmore Kickboxing. Shout out to everybody over at Enzo Gracie Philly that helped me out. You already know we're coming. We're under the radar as usual, but you know we're coming to steal the show. And also check out my YouTube series on YouTube. Just go to my Instagram, hit the link in the bio. I got a YouTube series documenting and leading up to the May 7th fight. Yeah, that's pretty much it.